Hi, everybody. I am scholar of Book of Changes, Tony Wang. The Book of Changes is called yijing. The word yi is supposed to come from the shape of chameleon. Actually, the word yi in Chinese, which is a sun on top and the moon underneath, it also shaped like a dragon. Why I call the Book of Changes is like a dragon? Because in the Chinese mind, dragon means change. In order to know what is dragon, you might want to spend some time taking a look at the Chinese character, no matter if you want to study Chinese word or not. The shape of the word in the traditional Chinese character is very interesting. It's very, very complex, but the more complex a Chinese word is, the more meaningful and the more easy to understand. The word dragon started to appear in the oracle bone. It's shaped like a strange animal. In the oracle bone, the shape is not the same like now, what we see in the traditional Chinese character or simplified Chinese character used in mainland China. Traditional Chinese character is more interesting because the shape has so many meanings that will help you understand not only the word Chinese dragon, also Chinese culture. The shape in the oracle bone, the left side is like a lip, and the right side is like a body. Ancient Chinese probably did not see a real dragon or dinosaur. It is not dinosaur, of course. It is something that conceived by the ancient Chinese, and the words throughout Chinese history make many changes in the process. In the oracle bone, it has something to do with pet. Pet has we call bao gai. It's a roof, and a roof underneath keeps a dragon. It's called chong. Chong means something you adore, you delight in. It's a pet. So you can say that a pet, dragon is the first pet that Chinese keep. Its body very long, it has claw, and it has something to do with the rain, because Chinese religion associate dragon with the rain. If you look at the sky, when the rain starts to come, the crowd start to gather and powerful. It's shaped like a dragon. Chinese believe there are four kinds of what we call the most mystical and powerful animals. The first one is qilin. Qilin is a unicorn, something that never existed before. It doesn't even exist. It's like panda. No, it is not a panda. It's a unicorn, but it is not exactly a unicorn. Chinese think the best animal is qilin. If you go to some Chinese city, Chinese restaurants, you will find that restaurant called qilin. Qilin is considered a very, very auspicious and very delightful animal. We even call a child, newborn child, as a qilin. So it is a little bit strange to translate it into a unicorn, but some English translation call it unicorn, no matter what. Yijing is the first, the most auspicious animal. The second animal is phoenix. And the phoenix is what we see phoenix, which is okay. So it is a real animal. And the third one is dragon. And dragon is the cosmological animal which is not real. And the first one is total. Total means longevity. It can live 800 years, a total. And the phoenix, it has beautiful feather. So these four animals are considered the most auspicious animals that Chinese always associate with emperor, with high positions, or with any kind of auspicious signs that Chinese like. In spite of the dragon's fears. Anyway, dragon is related to emperor because the shape on the left side, which is a crown, and under the crown there's a moon. So on the left side, already we have some association with the emperor. Ancient archaeological scholars started to think there may be animal which is so powerful they never see a dinosaur. But you can think that dragon is dinosaur of some kind anyway. So we think that dragon is the number one animal because it can disappear, it's very elusive, and when it shows up, it's so bright and so powerful. It can be very refined, so thin, and it can be gigantic. And it can shorten its body, and it can lengthen its body. In the spring, it goes to the heaven. And in autumn, it goes deep down in the bottom of the lake. So the word, the radical of the word dragon is meat. And on the left side is wing. So you see, even the word itself is Chinese culture. You can write a thesis to explain the word, the character dragon. So I would suggest that you spend some time just taking a look at the word, traditional Chinese character word, dragon. To continue about the four mystical animals, another formation, a bit different from what I said previously, is the four positions and the four kinds of animal represent four positions in the zodiac map. These are the north, represented by total, the south, represented by phoenix, the east, represented by dragon, and the west, represented by tiger. So these are the most important feng shui animals, which has many explanations and the meaning. If you go to Beijing, the Forbidden City, it was built upon this formation. In Chinese traditional architecture, the imperial palace has to sit upon the campus position of the north facing the south. There's a phrase in Chinese which says, facing the south to be the king, or lording over the south. Beijing Imperial Palace, Forbidden City, was built upon what we call the zodiac map, The north represented water. The south, phoenix, which is like fire. And the north is called Kan Gua, is the hexagram of water, and the south is hexagram of birds of fire. So we just talk about dragon. Where does the dragon reside? Dragon in Chinese sometimes is referred as Qinlong, the green, blue dragon. The color green and blue is the symbol of literature, which is a linear line. But in yijing, a straight line is never considered good in feng shui. Line has to be curving, zigzagging, just like a dragon. In yijing, sometimes dragon is mixed up with snake because in the zodiac position, both are sitting upon the position of east and southeast. Geography is understood by Chinese based upon this exactly representing the four positions, which may be accidental. Chinese geography also is understood in terms of these four animals. Therefore, dragon is referred to as the east or southeast. If you are looking at the Chinese map, which the southeast and the east represent the geographical position, like city of Shanghai, Suzhou, Hangzhou. Traditionally, these are the places that produced the largest number of painters and the men of letters. So dragon is also represent literature and also has something to do with art. As opposed to dragon is the tiger, which is the position in the west. So if you look from as if you are the emperor sitting upon your throne, looking south, the west is white tiger. Tiger white is called white because it's has something to do with military fighting and also death. Of course, Chinese symbols can never be understood so in a simple-minded. Sometimes there are good things and sometimes there are bad things. If you look at Chinese building, you never see dragons outside. You always see two lions. Lions are not real lions. They actually originally is the representative of tigers. But Chinese concept of feng shui or concept of anything, meaning usually is understood in terms of a representative, not the real thing, which has a little bit some kind of meta color. Meta means, you don't see things as it is. You have to make some representative. So lions in Chinese feng shui are actually tigers, but the people don't place tigers because they're very fearful and doesn't inspire good feeling. And lions are much better solutions. So if you study Chinese feng shui, keep in mind, or any Chinese literature, representation is more important. Chinese never use the real thing. Usually you use the representation. Dragon actually is a representation of snake. But in the zodiac arrangement, snake and the dragon are put together. So the east and the southeast, both sometimes are the same. Both sometimes, they can also be different. Why? Because it's the matter of yin and yang. Snake is more considered as yin, and dragon is more considered as yang. So you can almost say dragon is and the snake are brothers, sisters, brothers. And these two things are the origin of the Chinese, what you might call ethnic, symbolic meaning, syllabic representation of the tribe, of the Chinese tribe. Chinese says, yourself. Sometimes you use the word ji, 自己, self. The word ji is shaped like a snake. So Chinese is tribe of snake. But to glorify this, Chinese never say, I'm a snake tribe. Chinese will sing a song of dragon to glorify its greatness. Why? Because it's young and it's more apparent and easier to be understood. And snake is a little bit sneaky and treacherous, but both are still can be understood in terms of the geographical position or zodiac position of south and southeast in feng shui. If you want to study a house or a building, the position of south and southwest are considered to be the area of literature, the area of art, and is what we call the Qinlong, the blue dragon position. So there are 4 positions, geographical positions in Chinese feng shui architecture. Let me repeat. The north is total. It's the symbol of water. Phoenix is the south. It's red phoenix. We say 朱雀. Red phoenix is the south, symbolized by fire. And the west again is tiger. 白虎, white tiger. And the east is blue or green dragon. And if you look at the geography, you will see that Chinese put in the west militarily, because in history, Chinese fight wars against the northern barbarians, spend most of the time building great wall against the militaristic, west. And in feng shui, the west is a little bit, something to do with some mountain, small piece of land that goes up. And dragon is hidden. So if you want to build a garden, you will put a mountain in the west part, and the east part, you have to build a lot of water, river, or plant some willow trees. And the south is the place of fire. Phoenix, 朱雀. To sum up these 4 positions, so we can understand what is a dragon in the zodiac positions. I will say more about feng shui in terms of dragon, because Chinese use dragon to represent feng shui. In feng shui books, sometimes it's simply just called the Book of Dragon. And the judgment of dragon, the measurement of dragon, these are the art of feng shui. Feng shui, what is feng shui? Feng shui is the study of the geographic position to make the area environment more harmonious and more producive. Wealth, good luck, and the peacefulness. I will talk more about feng shui and the yijing later on. This will sum up my explanation of the 4 zodiac animals, which is very important. Now, let me repeat. North is represented by turtle. North is water. South is fire. And the west is tiger. And the east is dragon. In feng shui, you never build a swimming pool in the west side, because if west side has a hole, in feng shui there's a saying, the tiger opens its mouth. Sometimes it's conducive to car accident or damages, wounds. Generally speaking, dragon is preferred to tiger. But again, let me tell you, you have to have some kind of round-up understanding of the whole thing so that you don't get mixed up. Sometimes you need a white tiger to suppress. Dragon can be troublesome too. Dragon goes with snake, becomes what we call 龙蛇杂处. They are alike and they can get, mixed up and create confusions. And if there is a place which has a lot of fire accidents or burns or some kind of disaster related to fire, Chinese geomancer will advise you to build a pond, because the water will suppress the fire. This will summarize the very basic of the theory of resolution of conflicts of feng shui. Feng shui is about solutions of conflict, harmonizing the environment.